Good morning. This is Per Wilkey with StartupTrading.com. It is 8:44 a.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, July 22nd, 2020. So looking back at yesterday's action, uh, really just sideways consolidation from the bell open until the close. I mean, we had a little bit of a flush down late in the day, but nothing really to speak of. But really nothing trending. Some pop-ups in the first, 30, 40 minutes, and then just sideways or down. But they pretty much kept their opening range most of the day yesterday, with the Russell being the most bullish. Right, it's trading between level 2 and 4 on resistance. The Nasdaq after having a huge day on Monday just went straight inside value on Tuesday, and then you have the Dow and the S&P 500 that just traded slightly above where they did the previous day for most of the day. So looking at after the bell today, just to be aware, you're going to have Microsoft and Tesla after the bell and a few others. So we've been trying to get in this zone. I just want to keep going back and harping on this. Just remember, so if you in this breakout zone, if you are looking for shorts, make sure you have a stop on the server. This goes back to February 21st, which was a Friday, to February 24th, which was a Monday. With that gap, the low of the 21st for the bell was 33.28. So it's actually past these two zones and up here. So as we zoom into this, area, we're going to be opening up at 45, which is down basically right around the top of this candle from Monday, right? So we're opening up right in the middle of these 2 days, really, where the action was and where a little bit of stuff was going on. So we have untested nodes down here at 32.28 half, and then yesterday's node at 32.6375. So looking at the overnight action, 38.5 points so far, and if you look at what's happened, and really you should always look at the level fours. What is the max expected range for the day? It's down to 31.92 basically, and up to 33.10. So you can get a little bit of below there, but it's really not worth thinking that you're going to break out much more than that on any given day, and more than likely you're going to stay inside of the level threes or the level twos for the day as well. So as we look at the overnight action, as I zoom in to the more recent action, you can see this was a low down here in the overnight session, down here at 27.25. That 27.25 low is really just where these highs are, from basically, Monday the 13th, and then, Wednesday the 15th, and then we're just retesting this breakout in the overnight session. So we'll see if anything else gets happen, and you can see, just how the action went, but, opened up and really couldn't take out value, opened up lower, come back up, we got into the sell zone for value area high, and then and actually sold, and then went down all the way through value below yesterday's low, did that recheck, but now we're below value area low, right? So looking at all the indexes, overnight lows, well below yesterday's low, just below yesterday's low for the Nasdaq. We already talked about the ES and the Dow well below yesterday's low. Now looking at all the indexes and where the overnight high was, and those were closer to the beginning of the session, above value area high, below the previous day's low, below value area high for the Nasdaq, and then for the Dow just under value area high as well. So we've got that little bit of back and forth, but basically we're trapped between the breakout right now and really value for yesterday's session. So we'll see if we get back into value and can start progressing through. And remember, for those of you who are in my room, there is a poor high that needs repaired, and then you have the breakout above there. So be cautious shorting up there if indeed we do make it up there and go, because we can only get to about 33.10 and we'll bring out these other levels here. Basically 33.10 to 33.26 would be the max on the table for the day, but it is there, and it doesn't mean if we get there that you should be shorting it. So looking at the NASDAQ now, we're kind of washing back and forth across this line. We'll give it another day or two to see, how it goes. But as we zoom into the more recent action on it, you can see that it, it's really been going back and forth. So I don't know if this is really that big of a deal anymore. So actually, I think I'm just gonna remove it. So you can see we're developing nodes up here and a node down here, and that's really what we're stuck for. I'm not going to add those to the chart yet, but basically the overnight low is the bottom of the node, and the overnight high is just under that node. And I would really still look at this 10,940 to basically 10,920 as the zone it needs to cross next. Looking at the Russell, we can see that 1426 has not been taken out in the overnight session. And this is really what we struggled with yesterday, was this 1496.30. And, couldn't get over it, pretty much traded it and fell back off. So as we, trade back and forth through this zone, below there I've got a weak support at 1451.50 if we do trade lower. And then this might end up being a little bit of stronger support. We'll watch and see if it trades at 1433.40. Looking at the Dow is still holding the 26,510 overnight, and really, like I said, 27,100, and you can see we stopped basically at 27,063 the last time we spiked up. But that's really the zone we're in, and we could just keep going. Below there, I still have a little bit of support lower than where we traded on Monday, and that's going to come in at that 26,300 basically. So looking back at all the indexes and really giving some thoughts on where we're going and what's going on, until we break either below, right, these lows, if they get retested, right, this was the breakout. So we need to go for the bears. They need to go down to there. And remember, I'm just going to zoom back into these levels. Don't expect much more than 31.78 to 31.92 if they do start taking it down. It's going to be almost impossible to get below 31.71 during this trading session. And then to the upside, just as we've spoken, you're going to really have to be cautious because you're into that big gap that we talked about at the beginning of this segment that you're getting into, and more than likely, if this crossed, it should be some serious support going forward, I would think. So I hope this helps. You guys have a great day. If you like this technical analysis, please give the video a thumbs up, and I will talk to you tomorrow.